Why, hello, little ones. It's a pleasure to see you again. Have you been well since the last time we were together? I do hope so. We care ever so much about each and every one of you. That's why we created the safe space, so that no matter where you are or what kind of a day you're having, you can come here, be a part of it, and listen to the stories. Speaking of coming to the safe place, since the last time we've gained quite a number of new sheep for Bo Peep's flock. Would you like to see them? You would? Excellent. Let's have a look, shall we?
I see Alice and Amalia and Amelia, Anne, Ash, Beep, Billy, Brownie, Bunny, Kara, Cassie, Christopher D, Claire, Cody, Connor, Danny, Diana, Dodie, E, Elliot, Eve, Evelyn, Freak, FTM, Hannah, Hyphen, Isabel, Jack, Jane and Jenny, John, God's Angel System, Kai, Kinsu, Lammy, Left, Leo, Lily, Lunar System, Marigold, Mason, Maribel, Mia, Meanie, Mrs., Nobody, Oscar, Pan, Pearl, Raja, Sarah, Seven, Shicey, Sierra, Timmy, Torin, and Yuki.
What wonderful names! And you know what? They're all your names. Those are your names on the sheep, so you will always be a part of the safe space. Now then, this time I thought that we would read a wonderful little story. It's called The Little Red Caboose, and it's all about a caboose at the end of a train. But whatever have I done with it? It's not over here by Bitsy and Betsy and the sheep, and it's not over here by the castle, or with Mr. Tiger over there. I wonder where it could be. I know. Let's have a look in the chest, shall we? Excuse me, Mr. Bear. We'll have to move you temporarily. Isn't he a lovely bear? He's so terribly pink, and he has this perfectly lovely heart with a terribly important word written on it. Do you know what that word is? Yes, it's love. L-O-V-E. Love. And that is a terribly important word to remember, because you are loved. All right, Mr. Bear, we'll set you right there for the moment while we open up the chest. What's this? More books. And sure enough, here's the book we're looking for. The Little Red Caboose. We'll let you hold that, Mr. Bear, while we close up the chest. So you'll have a place to sit and listen to the story, too. Up you go. There you are. Now then, are you ready? Do you have your blankie or your stuffie or your favorite toy? If not, go and get them. We'll be right here waiting for you. Do you have them now? Excellent. All right, everyone. Gather round, put your best listening ears on, and snuggle up as we read The Little Red Caboose.
The Little Red Caboose. Story by Marion Potter. Pictures by Tibor Gergely. The Little Red Caboose always came last. First came the big black engine, puffing and chuffing. Then came the box cars. Then the oil cars. Then the coal cars. Then the flat cars. Sometimes they were switched round in different ways, but the Little Red Caboose always came last. Boys and girls waved at the big black engine. They listened to the box cars and to the oil cars and the coal cars and the flat cars go clickety-clack, 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 clickety-clack. But by the time the Little Red Caboose came along, the boys and girls were turning away, because the Little Red Caboose always came last. "Oh, smoke!" said the Little Red Caboose. "I wish I were a flat car, or a coal car, or an oil car, or a box car, so boys and girls would wave at me. How I wish I were a big black engine, puffing and chuffing way up at the front of the train. But I'm just the little old red caboose. Nobody cares for me." One day the train started up a mountain. Up went the big black engine. Up went the box cars. Up went the oil cars. Up went the coal cars. Up went the flat cars. Up went the Little Red Caboose. "Hang on tight, little caboose," called the flat car. "This is a long, tall mountain, and you are the last car on the train." "Don't I know it?" sighed the Little Red Caboose. "Poor me." The train went slower and slower and slower. Soon it was hardly moving. It looked as if that train could not get up the mountain. "Look out, little caboose," called the flat car. "The train is starting to slip back down this long, tall mountain." "Not if I can help it," said the Little Red Caboose. And he slammed on his brakes, and he held tight to the tracks, and he kept that train from sliding down the mountain. Then, bump! The Little Red Caboose felt something push him from behind. It was two big black engines. They pushed the train up to the top of the mountain. "We couldn't have done it," said the big black engines, "if it had not been for the Little Red Caboose." Everyone cheered, and the Little Red Caboose nearly burst with pride. Now, children wave at the big black engine and at all the cars. But they save their biggest waves for the Little Red Caboose, because the Little Red Caboose saved the train. And look, there's the Little Caboose. He's got a beautiful wreath of flowers, hasn't he? Look, there's some bunny rabbits and some squirrels watching him. The train is puffing off into the distance. Where do you suppose it's going? The end.
Wasn't that a lovely story? The Little Red Caboose there, he didn't feel so important at first, compared to the big black engines and the other cars. But it turned out that he was the most important car of all on the train. Why, if it hadn't been for him, the entire train would have slid backwards down the mountain. So, in spite of his doubts, it turned out that he was the most important one of all. You know, it can be like that on the inside as well as the outside sometimes. It's hard when everyone is a jumble on the inside, and everyone is talking all at once, and everyone has their own things that they want to do, or eat, or see, or music to listen to, and they tend to forget the littles sometimes. But after all, as you and I know, the littles are the most important part of any system. Because if it wasn't for the littles, well, goodness, there wouldn't be a system at all, would there? So, older brothers and sisters, remember to give your littles more time on the outside to play and be littles. I think that would be a good thing to do, don't you? Well, friends, that's all for this time. We'd like to thank you for coming to the safe space to listen to our stories, and we'd like to thank your older brothers and sisters on the inside for letting you do so. Now, before we go, we have 3 very important things to remember, don't we? And I thought it would be an excellent idea if we all said them together. So, always remember that you are loved, that you are strong, and that you are not alone. I'm Percival. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.